this happened to RiverCiver, nobody would give a fuck. Real life, if this happened to RiverCiver, the exact same thing happened to RiverCiver, would anybody give a fuck? And y'all know the honest God truth to that. I think the majority is gonna say no.
So recently there's been a lot of discussion surrounding me and the new SpooknJukes video, which if you haven't seen, go watch it. But essentially he says he's been heavily doxxed and harassed to the point where people are threatening his children, and he's even got law enforcement involved. This is mainly because of his toxic TTV videos, which is the main source of content he's known for. But as I've discussed in the past, they're not only slop, but extremely problematic videos that have led to people getting harassed, deplatformed, or even doxxed, all for getting mad at DBD. So what did he do? Well, he privated every single one of them, which is absolutely insane. This is way more accountability than I thought he would take, and more than I would ever take. By doing this, he's losing out on hundreds of dollars a month of passive income at the very least, and probably losing a lot of his audience because this drama slop content farm is essentially all he was known for. This is an absolutely insane change to his content. He even deleted his videos on me besides the debate. And I guess I got what I wanted in the end, but at what cost? It goes without saying that what's happened to him here sucks, and it's extremely fucked up. Despite what he's caused other people to do to innocent people for just having a bad day, nobody deserves this. And what's happened here goes far beyond the usual harassment his victims get, like occasional rude messages or their info vaguely being leaked to like 20 people. Some could see this as reap what you sow, but doxing and harassing him to this level makes you no better than his fans that have done the exact same thing because of their overlord. In fact, the main person behind all the doxing is someone I know and someone who's actively been inspired by me because of my videos on SpooknJukes. They see it as karma, which is kind of insane because I'm pretty sure Spooks' hit pieces never led to people doxing where their daughter goes to ballet practice or threatening to his wife. It's not comparable at all, and no one deserves this, despite me not liking Spooks or his content. So why am I bringing this up? I mean, I said I was done with the guy, right? We had our back and forth, he gave me growth, but it didn't really seem to get anywhere. Why am I bringing up what you already know? Because there are people, many people, a lot of people, in fact, that believe that I was the one responsible for him being doxxed. Like, this is basically the common consensus in the community right now, despite no evidence to prove it. And people are just going along with the narrative because there has to be a scapegoat, right? We're actually watching this unfold. RiverCiver being the one who sent the death threats, dropped pic of Spook's house, and I did not. Like, where is the proof that this happened? If it's someone in my community, I cannot control that, but they're saying it's me. You should report SpooknJukes? No, he has nothing to do with this. Spooks didn't do anything here. It's these retards. Spooks actually took accountability for his videos and what they caused, and he's going through terrible shit right now. I sympathize with him. Does River count as a probable rapist? Like, what is this shit? Who are these people? People are even saying I encouraged it, or my server is dedicated to doxing people, or I should get banned from DBD, or I'm going to court, or I'm going to jail. It's ridiculous. I'm not just getting one guide here. I've seen hundreds of people on Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, and in my chat thinking this is the case despite no screenshots or anything to prove it. Do you honestly think I care enough to dox him? I've been mostly offline for the past week, and the time I've spent has been either in my server playing games or editing this video. This mob mentality scapegoat mindset proves every point I had in my Twitter video tenfold. People on Reddit are even getting downvoted for providing context and going against the circle jerk. It is absolutely insane. A lot of this shit people are saying is just factually untrue, but they don't care. They don't need any real evidence as long as the undisproven bad guy gets dogpiled and slandered for stuff he didn't do. What makes these people think I would even care or have the time to dox SpooknJukes? I don't know how to dox people. I've already had multiple people on Twitter trying to dox me and fail. Obviously, I don't like doxers. I literally have no involvement in this, and Spooks never once insinuated in the video that it was me. He showed some screenshots of my server and people being edgy, but that's about it. I asked time and time again for screenshots and I got none because they know they don't really have to prove anything because it's me, and DBD Twitter has already told them they're supposed to hate me. I can easily take the title as the most slandered DBD creator at this point, and I'll wear it with pride. When you hurt someone's brain or feelings with an argument they don't know how to disprove, ad hominems or slander is the easiest way to go, I guess. I didn't even want to make this video, but the false accusations have gotten so widespread at this point that people think I'll be in jail. There's even more, like this guy saying I swatted him. Like, people just believe this shit. It's absolutely ridiculous. I actually know who this guy is too. He got banned from my server pretty early on for being a school threat, and he's been trying and failing to slander and dox me for the past few months. But I'm a common target for slander at this point. I guess it's easy. This is actually the third time in about a month and a half I've been threatened with a lawsuit over literally nothing, by the way. It's kind of funny. And I don't even blame Spooks for this. It finally seems like he took some accountability for what his videos actually caused, and I'm grateful. And I thought he was only really good at killing smaller TTVs and videos, but honestly, his recent video covering the behavior stream situation was very good and performed extremely well. Better than a lot of his recent toxic TTV videos did, so he clearly can make other stuff. He's just losing out on a lot of revenue at this point. In the DBD 7 Deadly Sins, I put him as greed, but I completely take that back considering what he was willing to do here. It is extremely respectable, especially for something he never deserved. Do I like him or his content now? Not really. As Turjay said, he kind of got some karma here and snapped back to reality, but it's incomparable considering how serious this actually is. I wanted to move on here, but I had to make this video to put an end to this Braindead slander that's still being perpetuated, and it's not even from him. I did not dox SpooknJukes. My server is not a doxing server. Do we say edgy words sometimes? Sure. Whatever. But actions speak far louder, and it's not a gotcha. It is just ridiculous how many of these people believe this narrative without proof, because I'm already the villain of the community for saying it how it is and criticizing other creators with undisproven points. The one major mistake I made in this situation was this tweet and a community post that I later deleted. This tweet, out of context, does look pretty bad, and people will come to their own emotional conclusions, and I know it's a fuck up, but I hadn't actually watched the video before making this or the community post. I was out and about, and I was gonna get home in like 5 hours, so I didn't really have the time to watch it. I know that's a scary concept for these Twitter brain degenerates to understand, you know, being out and about, but anyways, I was sent the video like 5 times by different friends on Discord, so I decided to make a tweet basically off the title alone. I had not watched the video at this point, you can see so in the tweet. I had no idea it got this bad. This was a serious fuck up on my end, but ultimately harmless. Even before this tweet though, there still were people saying this shit because they absolutely could not think for themselves. And after making this mistake, I was basically in a lose-lose-lose. If I deleted the tweet, I'm a coward. If I ignore the situation, the slander persists and kind of brews. And if I correct myself with context, I'm adding fuel to the fire and bringing attention to my mistake. And eventually I decided to do the latter since it seemed like the best choice and an honest one. As someone who's been vilified and slandered so much over mean words on the internet, I've learned to not really care about my bad reputation and not take braindead hate comments into consideration, or braindead lolcows without an original thought in their head who cannot argue to save their lives. I'm open, I'm unfiltered, and that's why a lot of people dislike me, because emotion persists over logic in this community. But yeah, if you realized I cared about my reputation in this situation enough to make a follow-up tweet in a whole stream and this video covering the slander, then you know I actually really mean it and care this time. In the end, it's okay to believe a false narrative. I have slandered people like Scott Dunn in the past, but I took accountability and apologized for the stupid shit I said. Just don't believe the word on the street just because you're supposed to hate the guy it's aimed at and you don't even know why. Notice how none of these claims have any proof or screenshots? You don't really need those when you're bigger and louder and you can just perpetuate this River Doc Spooks narrative that not even he believes. I know it's gotten serious enough to the point where law enforcement is getting involved, and at this point, despite my numerous videos criticizing him, I honestly just wish him the best. The fact he privated all his TTV videos is extremely honorable, although he has claimed he was quitting making this type of content in the past, so they very well might be unprivated in a few months, who knows. For the time though, it just seems like his channel will consist of compilations, salt videos, and occasional news or experimental stuff, which I honestly see no real issue with. It's always been the hit piece videos that I've had a problem with, but they were also the thing he got known for and got the most traction off of, so the fact he's trying to move away from that content is a great thing and I wish him the best. This was almost a happy ending, except for everything that happened to him snowballing into the slander towards me, but once both of that blows over, I'm actually kind of happy with the way everything turned out. Short video, I know. I just needed to clear my name because this has gotten absolutely ridiculous. I have multiple projects in the works right now that hopefully shouldn't be too controversial, so stay tuned. Okay, bye.